Good afternoon, everyone. So today we will be discussing the second product in our foundational Esprita line, our spirit line. And this product is IM6, also known as immune support. So a little bit about the product, a little overview to start. So it is a 30-day supply that you get in one bottle of the product. And this is a blend of botanical extracts that is also bolstered with vitamin D to promote a healthy immune response. And some of the key benefits that you will find in this product is that it supports and maintains a healthy immune system. It helps support a healthy cardiovascular system. It includes adaptogenic herbal extracts that help regulate hormones and strengthen the body to deal with routine physical, emotional, and mental stress. It provides antioxidants to help protect cells from free radical damage, which happens daily in our body. And it promotes healthy glucose levels and helps enhance physical performance. So a little bit about the why, who, and the ask. So why would you consider trying this product? Who is this product specially formulated for? And then the three questions that you might want to ask to see if this product might be for you. And starting with our why. So why would I consider trying this product for myself? So the number one reason is that you are looking for a natural preventative product that can support your immune system all year round by working with your body's natural biological systems. And so a lot of us really feel that our immune system only needs support during the cold months or the winter months, but our immune system is actually working for us all year round. And so it is important to have that immune support all year round, not just in times of, seasonal change, although that might be a time that stresses the body more and people are more prone to getting sick. Also, if you are coping with stress in your day-to-day life, this product would really be beneficial, and I'll get into why a little bit later in the presentation. If you struggle with low energy or feelings of burnout, if you catch colds or whatever is going around very easily, if you have digestive issues, and again, I will get into that in a little bit more detail later on. If you would like to improve your workout recovery time or the time that your wounds or injuries heal, if you have muscle or joint aches, or if you are coping with chronic disease. So these are all reasons why an immune formula like ours might be very beneficial. So the who is this product formulated for? Number one on the list, for individuals who are looking for a preventative natural supplement that they can use all year round to support healthy immune function, boost energy naturally, and make the body more resilient to daily stressors, whether they are physical, mental, emotional, or chemical, which we are all experiencing on a daily basis. Individuals who lead busy on-the-go lifestyles or have stressful lifestyles. Individuals who are physically active, because that is also a stress on the body. And so having immune support would help to decrease recovery time. Individuals who have a compromised immune system and catch colds and infections often, or they often feel under the weather. Individuals who are frequently tired, feel lack of energy, or feel burnt out. And individuals who are suffering from chronic illnesses, because that would greatly deplete your immune system if your body is constantly fighting an illness. And the three questions that you might want to ask yourself to see if IM6 might be the right product for you. So the first question would be, am I looking for a preventative natural product that works with the systems in my body to protect my immune system and have me feeling my best? So again, IM6, all of the ingredients, because they're natural, they actually are working with the systems in your body to maintain your best health. Question number two, do I lead a stressful and busy lifestyle that often leaves me feeling run down and very low in energy? And question number three, do I catch colds and infections easily? So if someone around me gets sick, am I usually sick shortly after? So if any or all of those apply to you, then this would be a great product to consider to put into your daily supplement routine all year round. Moving on to key ingredients and features. So in this portion, I will be discussing the main ingredients and features in IM6 that make it such an effective formula to support your immune system. The first ingredient that we have in this formula is turkey tail, otherwise known as Coriolis versicolor. So this is a beautiful multicolored fungi that goes by many different names. So in China, it is called yanji. In Japan, it's called kawaratake. And in North America, it is known as turkey tail. And the reason that it has this name in North America, if you look at the image there, you can see that it actually genuinely looks like a turkey's tail. It has the colors and it even has that shape. And turkey tail usually grows on tree trunks and fallen trees in wooded areas of North America, Asia, and Europe. So this mushroom has a very long history in the medicinal spotlight. So it's been used as early as the 15th century in the Ming Dynasty of China to promote health, strength, and longevity. And in traditional Chinese medicine, it has been used for centuries as an immunomodulator, and I will get into more into what that means, that supports the immune system or immune function and helps to fight infections. And in Japan, its name actually means swirling clouds. So again, that kind of image of these colors and the shape. And it's particularly known in Japan for its success in cancer treatment alongside chemotherapy. So within the mushroom itself, there's a wide range of bioactive compounds that contribute to its ability to support the immune system, to support energy output, and cardiovascular, blood sugar, and liver health. So it is kind of an all-around supplement. It's not just, ingredient. It's not just supporting the immune system, although there are a lot of studies supporting that, but also it's contributing to overall body health. So these fungi are known as adaptogens, and an adaptogen basically helps our bodies cope with the numerous stressors that we face daily. So whether they are environmental, chemical, physical, emotional, our body actually cannot determine really where the stress is coming from. The reaction within the body is the same. So when you are dealing with stressors in your life, having the support of adaptogens is very beneficial. And what an adaptogen does is that it interacts with our HPA axis, which is our hypothalamic pituitary axis in the body, to stabilize cortisol levels under stress in order to rebalance our bodies again. So generally, when we are dealing with a stressful situation, regardless of what it is, our body is getting sent messages through the hypothalamic pituitary axis. And what that axis does, so if you look at it in the body, it's the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the adrenals. And so these three endocrine glands, they work together to basically release corticosteroids as a reaction to that stress, because corticosteroids they help our body to react to stressful situations. But when we are constantly dealing with stress, then what happens is that the constant release of those corticosteroids can overwhelm the body, and it can actually suppress certain other actions in the body. So then our body needs things like adaptogens in order to be able to regulate that response again, because once we become dysregulated, then our body is not reacting to stress in the same way that it needs to. And actually our stress response, it very greatly impacts our immune system. So what happens is that when these messages of stress are constantly getting sent to our HPA axis and it releases these corticosteroids, one of the results of this is that these corticosteroids actually suppress our immune system. So this is a natural biological function. And so this is why you might find that actually when you are in greater times of stress, you are more prone to getting sick because your immune system is actually depleted. And so this is why it's not just about taking a supplement like this during cold weather or during, cold and flu season. It is about really understanding what your lifestyle is like and how your body responds to stressors around you to be able to support your immune system. So not only is this fungi an adaptogen, but it's also packed with antioxidants. And this helps reduce the damage caused by oxidative stress. And this is also something that our bodies are dealing with on a daily basis. And so we do need to have the support of antioxidant products in order to be able to lessen the impact of that stress on our bodies. So specifically in this, in turkey tail, we have phenols and flavonoids, one of which is quercetin, and then the other one is bicolin. And they reduce inflammation because oxidative stress creates inflammation in the body. And they also stimulate the release of protective compounds. In addition to that, what turkey tail has actually been studied the most for is polysaccharides, which are basically essential sugars in the body called beta glucans and polysaccharopeptides. And the polysaccharopeptides that I will be talking about specifically in this presentation, which are protein-bound polysaccharides, again, protein-bound sugars, they are called PSP, polysaccharopeptide, and PSK, which is polysaccharide crestin. And these are both present in turkey tail. Okay, so both PSP and PSK are known as biological response modifiers or immunomodulators. And so this term basically means that, or when you have an immunomodulator, what it's doing is it's constantly working to restore healthy immune balance in your body. So that means that it will work to upregulate your immune system or downregulate your immune system, depending on what is necessary for your body. Some of us have overactive immune systems, some of us have underactive. So having compounds like this that actually can sense what your body needs and adjust is very important. So these compounds are also known to enhance both innate and adaptive immune responses. So the innate response is nonspecific, and it's our first line of defense against non-self pathogens, so pathogens that are entering the body from outside. And then the adaptive response is very specific, and it's our second line of defense. So with the adaptive response, if it senses something coming, a particular virus coming from the outside, it will kind of learn that for future situations, so that if that particular virus comes again, it will recognize that pattern and it will already have the defenses against it. So both these extracts are responsible for acting on the immune system on a cellular level. And they are known for a variety of different actions within the immune system. So they are known to stimulate the activity and proliferation of T cells, B lymphocytes, monocytes, and macrophages, bone marrow cells, natural killer cells, and lymphocyte activated killer cells. So all of these are particular parts of the immune system that we need in order for our immune system to function properly. And so, for example, a monocyte would be a type of white blood cell that fights infections and boosts immunity, while macrophages will actually engulf and kill invading pathogens. So if you see images of them, they're like they're like Pac-Man. They're like these big blobs, and they come and they eat up the pathogen and remove foreign particles, and then they clear the cell debris. So every single part of our immune system has a different action, and this particular extract helps to act on many of these actions. And another study found that the systemic administration of turkey tail extract to healthy mice for 2 weeks also increased IgG production compared to saline-treated control rats. And IgG is also a function of our immune system. It's the most common antibody produced in our body, and it can protect you against infection by remembering, so kind of going back to that adaptive immune response, remembering what germs you have been exposed to before. So this is how our body works kind of as a whole to be able to kill infections, kill pathogens, viruses, etc., anything that is coming in from the outside that sees as a threat. But again, if we have, let's say, an underactive immune system, it might not be able to do that so effectively. So having a natural product that supports our body doing that all year round is very, very beneficial to overall health. Okay, and then PSP. So this one is actually quite popular in Japan. There have been a lot of studies done on PSP, especially in regards to cancer treatment in conjunction with chemotherapy. But aside from that, it also has a lot of other very beneficial characteristics. So one is its impact on our microbiome, our gut. So it does have prebiotic abilities and it helps the gut regulate its balance of bacteria. So we know we have probiotics and we have prebiotics. So the probiotics are our gut bacteria. So prebiotics are a type of fiber that actually act as a food source for our gut bacteria. And they can regulate levels of healthy gut bacteria. So prebiotics are actually just as important as probiotics. And why having a healthy gut is important is because your gut bacteria interacts with your immune cells. And we have a lot of immune cells in the gut. So it will directly impact your immune system. So again, it's kind of all a cycle because when we're stressed out, that can impact our gut, right? People who deal with stress consistently, they might notice that their gut function decreases. But also when your gut function decreases, that impacts your immune system, and stress directly also impacts your immune system. So it's very important to have products that work all around to address all of those areas. So if you are somebody that struggles with digestive issues, it is helpful to have products such as this, because not only will they support your healthy gut, but they will also ensure that other aspects of your health are not impacted, such as your immune system. So in addition to that, PSP has also been shown to help with insulin resistance. So a study of rats with type 2 diabetes showed that administration of PSP significantly reduced blood sugar levels and improved insulin resistance. The prevalence of beta glucans, which is also another sugar that is found in turkey tail extract, it's a soluble fiber. It was also found to lower the risk of heart disease by preventing cholesterol absorption in the body. And turkey tail extract was also found to enhance exercise performance and reduce fatigue. So because turkey tail extract is known as an adaptogen, this is one product or particular ingredient that can actually help us to feel that we can raise our endurance in a way that doesn't feel overstimulating or that will then lead to burnout. And lastly, a study found that PSK in this mushroom was found to prevent the progression of atherosclerosis in hypercholesterolemic rabbits. So lots of great benefits with this particular extract. We do know that mushrooms have a lot of amazing benefits, and they have been used a lot more recently for a variety of health issues because they are so multi-purpose. Okay, so going on to our next ingredient, our next mushroom found in IM6. So this one is known as maitake mushroom extract, and maitake mushroom is otherwise known as hen of the woods. It's an edible mushroom that grows at the base of oak, maple, and elm trees, and it can be found in Japan, China, Europe, and North America. So maitake means dancing mushroom in Japanese, and it's said to have gotten that name after people actually dance with happiness upon finding it in the wild because of its incredible healing properties. And this is an edible mushroom. So I actually have had this mushroom myself. It doesn't taste like chicken, but it does have that kind of more thick consistency and heartier kind of texture. So you can also eat it almost as like, an animal protein replacement. So this mushroom is also known as an adaptogen. And although it's been used in Japan and China for thousands of years to promote health, vitality, and longevity, it has only gained popularity in North America in the last 20 years. And its claim to fame comes from its high presence of beta-glucans. So although the other mushroom we just discussed has beta-glucans as well, they are prevalent in a higher amount in this particular mushroom. So I will talk about it more here. So this is the most common polysaccharide found in the cell walls of mushrooms in general. So beta-glucans are also known as biological response modifiers. So same as what I discussed previously, also known as adaptogens. So they also work on both your innate and adaptive immune system, and also work on your immune system at a cellular level. So the immune cells in our bodies, they actually have fungal receptors. And these receptors bind and further break down beta glucans once our body ingests them. So once they are ingested and broken down, these smaller polysaccharides will then move to your spleen, your bone marrow, and your lymph tissues, which are all very much important when looking at our immune response. And there they enhance the ability of natural killer cells and other immune system cells to direct resources to a specific area of the body. So they know where this energy needs to go in order for those systems to have support. So once these polysaccharides bind to receptors, they can also activate white blood cells like macrophages and monocytes, which help with defense against infections and also repairing damaged tissue in the body. And they can also stimulate dendritic cells, which can detect, engulf, and inform the adaptive immune system of an infection. So these are all very important processes in being able to fight infections on a daily basis. And what's also important to keep in mind is on a daily basis, we are being exposed to different viruses, different bacteria. They exist in the environment around us everywhere we go and every single day. So of course, it's beneficial to have a healthy level of these bacteria and viruses in our body. We do need to have these defense systems working optimally in order for our body not to become overloaded. So this is where, and because our systems are so much more stressed in our day-to-day lives than, let's say, they were before, just naturally, it is very helpful to have a product like this to be able to make sure that everything is in check and that we are getting the support that our body needs in order to be able to maintain optimal function. Okay, so going on to our next ingredient, Asian ginseng, and this is otherwise known as Panax ginseng. And so it is closely related to American and Siberian ginseng. It commonly grows on mountain slopes, and it is mostly harvested in the fall. So the root is what is often used, and it's preferably used from plants that are older than 6 years of age. And ginseng is also known as a tonic, which is an adaptogen. And this is otherwise defined as an agent that increases resistance to physical, chemical, and biological stress and builds up general vitality, including the physical and mental capacity for work. And the word Panax means all healing, as in Panacea. So it has long been used as an herb for longevity, for well-being, for physical endurance, and it's known to boost energy without having that stimulating impact of caffeine. So it's more of like a balanced, calm energy versus that like hit of energy that you get that then depletes very quickly. So the main active constituents of ginseng are known as ginsenosides, and these are triterpene saponins. So ginsenosides show potential to treat inflammatory diseases. So they exert anti-inflammatory activities in inflammatory responses by suppressing the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines. So we can experience inflammation in the body for a number of reasons, and inflammation in itself is not known to be an unhealthy mechanism, because let's say if you injure yourself, or let's say if you have some sort of virus or bacteria in the body, that area will become inflamed because of the fact that the body is fighting that virus, bacteria, that cut. If there is wound healing that needs to happen, the inflammation does have to happen first. But we can have an overstimulated inflammatory response if we are constantly exposed to either external stressors or internal stressors. So having these anti-inflammatory compounds can be very, very beneficial to the body if it's dealing with a lot of excess inflammation. And Asian ginseng also seems to help control blood glucose in individuals with and without diabetes. It has been shown to improve pancreatic cell production, to boost insulin production, and to enhance the uptake of blood sugar in tissues. Which is very important because sometimes our body loses the ability to actually take in blood sugar into the cells, and then we have excess blood sugar floating around in the body, which can also lead to a variety of health issues. It has also been shown in studies to improve mental and physical fatigue in individuals. And one study showed the improvement in cognitive performance of healthy volunteers, while another showed a positive effect on memory. Ginseng is also involved in adjusting the hypothalamic adrenal pituitary axis and controlling hormones. So this helps the body better cope with stress, along with modulating its immune and inflammatory responses. So again, that kind of adaptogenic action where the herb is able to give the body what it needs. Okay, so the next two ingredients that we'll be looking at are astragalus root and broccoli sprout extracts. So astragalus root has been used for centuries in traditional Chinese medicine to boost our qi or qi, depending on how you pronounce it, but it's basically your vital energy. It is known for energizing your body, for strengthening your immunity, for protecting the liver, and for supporting your blood sugar. So this is likely due to the fact that it contains over 100 compounds, which include flavonoids, saponins, polysaccharides, and amino acids. And the saponins in astragalus are known specifically to lower cholesterol and support the immune system, while the flavonoids have oxidative qualities that lower free radical damage and protect against heart disease. So astragalus also has a lot of beneficial actions on the immune system, but also on our stress response and many other parts of the body. And then broccoli extract. So this one has also been studied now for quite a while. And this is in particular because it contains a compound called glucoraphanin, which is converted to sulforaphane in our GI tract. And so on its own, glucoraphanin is mostly concentrated in broccoli seeds. And this is why the sprouts are so powerful. So broccoli in itself also has a lot of these similar beneficial qualities, but it's the seeds and the sprouts that really have the most kind of health benefit. And so the sulforaphane in broccoli is known to neutralize toxins in the body. It reduces inflammation, it protects your DNA, and it protects your immune and cardiovascular systems. So really very significant for strengthening your immune system. It's also been shown to increase the activity of natural killer cells in mice and enhances bacteria clearance by macrophages. It's been shown to protect against the hardening of arteries and decreased blood pressure in hypertensive rats. So a lot of studies have been done on this particular ingredient. A lot of studies also in relation to cancer treatment support, again, in conjunction with chemotherapy. And then our final ingredient on the list, but very important ingredient, is vitamin D3. So in the form of cholecalciferol. So vitamin D3, or this particular form of vitamin D, is an animal-based form of vitamin D. So you sometimes see with supplements, you'll see vitamin D2. And if a supplement contains D2, that means that it is plant-based. D3 is really the one that you are looking for if you are going to be supplementing with vitamin D. So vitamin D itself is known as the sunshine vitamin because it is actually manufactured in the human skin when it comes into contact with ultraviolet light in the sun's rays. And actually the interesting thing, or what I found interesting when I first learned this, is that vitamin D is actually known to be more of a hormone than a vitamin. And when it is injected as a food source, it is absorbed through our intestinal walls, where it is mainly taken to the liver to be used or stored. But it is also stored in the skin, the brain, the spleen, the bones. So everywhere in the body, you will find vitamin D. Although there are, and so I already mentioned this, so although there are both plant and animal derived forms, I really strongly do recommend the animal derived. It is much better utilized by the body, and the D2 version does not seem to have all the same functions as the cholesterol-based D3. So vitamin D3 is responsible for numerous crucial functions in the body, but this includes supporting our immune system, supporting the health of all of our cells in the body, supporting cardiovascular health, calcium absorption, and bone development. And D3 is also known to act on both the innate and adaptive immune systems. So B cells, T cells, and antigen presenting cells in the body all have vitamin D receptors, which would indicate that vitamin D acts on all these cells. And a deficiency in vitamin D is associated with increased autoimmune conditions and susceptibility to infections. So this is definitely, and as new research has shown us, vitamin D is very, very important for supporting your immune system. And for us living in North America, we do not get the ideal levels of vitamin D, especially at certain times of the year. We do not get enough exposure. So, and regardless, it is also important to get it in other sources such as food. But supplementation is very, very beneficial. And I personally do always encourage people to get their vitamin D levels tested. So here in Canada, we do pay for a vitamin D test. But I find it to be so beneficial for myself, even though, you know, for us, it's a paid test, and I would assume the same in the United States. But to have that kind of information is so beneficial because you can then take a supplement and you, first of all, know what levels you start with, but then you also know how the supplement is benefiting your vitamin D levels. And because it's such a crucial vitamin, I would recommend everybody to have this knowledge and to know how to then supplement in order to support all of these systems that it is responsible for. So so a deficiency, as I said, in vitamin D will be associated with autoimmunity and susceptibility to infections. But also what studies have shown is that immune cells from multiple autoimmune diseases respond favorably to the immunomodulatory effects of vitamin D. So for example, abnormalities of B cells from lupus patients can be partially reversed with vitamin D administration. And it also contributes to decreased production of pro-inflammatory cytokines and increased production of anti-inflammatory cytokines. So again, as I mentioned, there is a healthy level of inflammation in the body, but when the levels are too high or when that inflammation becomes chronic, then we have a dysregulation of many of the systems in our body. So having ingredients such as this, which modulate that response, is very, very important. The last very important thing that I want to discuss today are lifestyle and tips in order to support your immune system. So supplementation is very, very helpful and beneficial in supporting immune system function, but I also always love to give very simple, straightforward tips for how you can make sure that you are supporting a healthy immune system all year round. So the first thing that I always discuss and recommend is looking at your stress levels. So chronic stress does deplete your immune system, as I already discussed. So it's very, very beneficial for us to find ways to manage our stress. And as you may have noticed, I didn't say here that you should make sure that you have no stress, because that's not possible. Everybody has stress in their lives. And actually, there is a healthy level of stress in our lives. If we have no stress at all, that is also not beneficial. But what's important is finding tools to manage the stress that you do have in your life. So you can find activities in your life that balance your stressful lifestyle and find tools to support your stress response. So that is really the most beneficial thing. When I'm stressed, what are things that I can do to regulate my stress levels? Or are there mindset changes that I have to make in order to look at stress in a different way? The next one, prioritize sleep and maintain an ideal sleeping environment. So having a sleep schedule and prioritizing sleep are extremely important to our immune system. So this will bring many benefits, such as supporting ideal T cell production or T cell function, which helps to fight against intracellular pathogens. Make sure that you eat a variety of colorful vegetables and fruit. So the reason for that, aside from, of course, having a healthy diet, is beneficial in so many ways. But having a variety of vegetables and fruit will make sure that you have a variety of phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are essential for an optimally functioning immune system. So as much as supplementation is supportive, I always encourage to also focus on diet. And this doesn't mean perfection, but it means to be consistent most of the time. Consume a good quality protein with each main meal. So protein is very important. It could be plant-based or animal-based, depending on what you work best with in your own body. But protein contains amino acids, and amino acids are the main building blocks of your body systems. So for example, your immune and detoxification systems, they function with the proper amount of amino acids. So protein is completely essential, a good quality protein. Next, make sure you consume adequate fluids in the form of good quality water, herbal teas, broths, and some green juices. And so proper hydration does support all important bodily functions. And it also is very important in the detoxification process. So being hydrated is very important. It lubricates your joints. There are a lot of benefits to it. So I always will encourage that. I would also encourage to avoid high consumption of sugar, alcohol, and processed foods. So all of these things, when consumed in excess, can create oxidative stress in the body. And sugar consumption has also been shown to suppress the function of the immune system for hours after consumption. So definitely, making sure to be aware of your sugar intake, especially processed sugars. So there are certain sugars, we have sugar from fruit, from things like honey or maple syrup, which are more beneficial. They have other vitamins and minerals in them. When you are having processed sugars, of course, there are going to be times when we're going to enjoy, some ice cream or cake or whatnot with our friends, but just making sure we are not consuming in excess. The next one would be exercising regularly. Very important for immune system support, stress support, healthy mood support, digestive support. So all of that is really linked together. So I would recommend exercise. Make sure that you dedicate time to hobbies that you find enjoyable, that bring out your inner child, and make sure that you spend time with people that bring you joy, because community supports immunity. So I don't know if anybody has had opportunity to read about studies that look at the direct correlation between having a supportive community and having supportive connections with friends and family and the immune system. But it has actually been shown that isolation will deplete your immune system function. So this is very much just as important to find time to have those experiences with people and loved ones as it is to eat healthy and to take supplements. It all has to work together, basically. So in summary, going back to our why, our who, and our ask. So why would I want to take this product? Because I want to build a strong and healthy immune system all year round. Who would take this product? Anyone who is interested in bolstering their natural immunity and supporting it in a natural way. And why? So for people who have ever considered their immune system function and what they would like to do to support it. So if you've ever thought about how can I support my immune system in a more natural and healthy way? Could my immune system be functioning better than it is right now? This would be a product that would be beneficial for anybody asking those kinds of questions. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation today. And if you have any further questions or additional support, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@esprita.com. And we would love to support you in any further inquiries.